National Football League on EA Sports. And if it's in the game, it's in the game. Buckle up. There's football coming your way. All that and more coming up next.
This is a city that's hosted more Super Bowls than almost anybody else, and the weather will not be a factor today. We have absolutely beautiful conditions here. And we're off from Tampa. Good looking return here, and he's got room. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
You don't get too many plays of that size in a game, and that flag takes away one of them.
Still first down.
Okay, ready? Let's go now. Ready?
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. That one hits the ground, incomplete, but a flag also hit the ground. Let's sort this out.
Receiver downfield, offense.
So not a holding call. One of the linemen actually too far downfield that time. That's what drew the flag.
Still first down.
Here we go, here we go.
Play action with Richardson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. And now they face 2nd and long. Throwing now off play action. He throws a bullet to the center of the field. Oh, he nearly starts the game off with a pick. Just couldn't hang on to it. Good defensive play, though, regardless. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
You feeling lucky? Well, do you? Well, he should, because the quarterback got away with one right there. That was an easy pick dropped by the defense.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. Throwing from the pistol, Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. That one goes for 31 yards and a first down when all is said and done.
Now, right there, that's what you want to see on your opening drive. Boom! Connect on a big shot, and instantly you set a tone that you're not going to be afraid to be aggressive in this game today. Boy, do I love that.
So the big play gets him just beyond midfield. It's first down. Here's the first carry for Jonathan Taylor. And he's going to be brought down at the 35-yard line. And that one goes for a gain of 11. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
To play running back in this league, well, you've got to have tremendous vision. We saw it twice. Once to find the lane upfield, and then to get to space and break off some extra yards.
On the draw, this is Taylor. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. That's an 11-yard pickup, and it gives them the first down.
You know, the elite running backs in this league, they don't just see what's right in front of them. You set up big runs like this because they see what's behind them. That's called extraordinary vision and extra yards.
They have themselves another 1st and 10.
Here we go, set.
Taylor again. And they bring him to a stop, but this run gets him into the red zone down to the 15. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1. They go again with Taylor. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. It's a 6-yard gain. That sets up 1st and goal.
It's got to be so demoralizing as a defense when you go up against a running back who just keeps those legs churning like a piston in an engine. And that effort's contagious. This entire offense is getting a boost, and he busts those tackles.
And he's brought down after a tremendous effort just to get a couple of yards. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on 2nd and goal.
Hey, I get it on 1st and goal, right? A lot of teams like to be conservative and limit risk. Even if a run is stopped short, you still got 2, sometimes 3 downs to play with.
Another shot for Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. They move 2 yards closer. That's going to bring up 3rd and goal from the 5.
Ready? Come on. Hey.
Running with Taylor. And they'll bring him down after an all-right gain. It's 4 yards on the play, Brock, and now we've got ourselves a 4th and goal.
Well, the defense, they couldn't stop him for a loss, but they denied him the goal line at least. Now we get to see, right? Decision time, one of these critical decisions of whether or not they're going to go for an all-or-nothing 4th down play.
Here we go, 4th and goal inside the 1. They're going Taylor. And he's tackled with markers down. This one should be on the defense.
Offside. Defense.
Pretty easy call to make. He lined up offsides, and now he gets a talking to from his coach.
On the ready.
Following that helpful penalty, offense lining up on 4th down. Trying to throw for it with Richardson. And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts finish up an excellent opening series. Once it became goal-to-goal, Brock, that field goal team just didn't feel like they were ever going to see the field. This team was committed to making a statement on the opening series, even if it meant leaving the offense out there on 4th and goal.
Yeah, I think that's really well said, Kate, for a couple reasons. Number one, you do get a chance to finish, right? So you do all this work to get there, you want to finish it. But you also know if you don't get it, well, you set your opponent up with some really bad field position. I love that decision.
That one right down the middle. And the Colts will jump out to a 7-0 lead. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. So here now are the Buccaneers on offense to begin their first drive. They're brought out by a former #1 pick who always plays with energy and passion, Baker Mayfield.
There's just certain quarterbacks, the way they run on the field. You just say their name and just some adjectives and attributes pop up right away. For Baker Mayfield, scrappy, tough, a will to win. I'm not surprised at all to see himself back in the starting role. Not surprised at all to see him flourish. The dude is mentally tough, he's mentally strong, and he typically makes the most of his opportunities. Tick, 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 tick. You know, his internal clock right there told him it was time to escape, and good thing he listened to it. He was able to make something out of nothing and at least move them forward.
Straight ahead, it's Irving. He swarms in the middle. This gets maybe a yard. Like so many before him, he's brought down by DeForest Buckner. They pick up 1 on the run. Need more, though. That takes them to 3rd and 5. From the gun, Mayfield. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. A quick 3 plays, Brock, and we have arrived at 4th down just like that as he comes through with some contact to break up what looked like a catch.
Now, guess what, Kate? These guys aren't getting paid by the down defensively. They want to get themselves off the field in as few snaps as possible, and there was no way they were letting this drive extend beyond a 3-and-out.
The Indianapolis offense headed out for their 2nd drive of the game. And they take the field exactly where they want it to be, Brock. Up a touchdown early and with a home crowd a little quieter than normal.
I'm not going to lie to you, Kate. I think most quarterbacks, competitors love playing on the road when they do just this. Just quiet them, right? Turn them against their own team. They were quiet after that opening touchdown. You score another one, they're going to start to murmur, and we might even hear a few boo birds.
And he'll have a small 4-yard chunk there. That stop made by K.J. Britt.
You know, Kate, these are some of the little hidden plays in a game, right? Doesn't look like a whole lot on the stat sheet, but A, it gets you good yardage, B, it sets up your play action, and C, most importantly, keeps that defense guessing.
2nd down carry for Taylor. And finally, they bring him down. He shook off a couple of defenders there on a nice pickup. Call it 4 yards, and they're set up with a manageable 3rd and 2.
That is just a good, solid run right there. I know, that's pretty basic commentary, but sometimes football can be basic. It keeps you on schedule, that kind of yards per carry, and you move the sticks.
They're going to turn to Taylor on 3rd down. And he'll go down after fighting his way to the 32. It's a gain of 4 there, and it'll be 1st down, Colts. So before they can set up for another play, we've hit the end of the 1st quarter. Neither side separating much so far. More from Raymond James Stadium coming up after the break. Ready now for our 2nd quarter. The Colts have the football. Richardson now on 1st and 10. Offense is out there and ready to get things going again. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches.
Ready! Ready!
Straight ahead with Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
They'll come up 1st and 10.
Here we go, set! Ready!
Taylor now up the middle. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Well, Brock, they've made it a point to incorporate him into their offense, and hey, no arguments here. He has been awesome in giving them a spark they need when he gets involved.
And it's so nice offensively, Kate, when you feel it, when you can run it, when you can throw it, and especially running it like this, going to pay huge dividends as the game goes on.
Going to the ground again on 1st. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
He'll expect more from himself on those type of plays, but there is nobody that's going to complain about that one. If you can do math, 4 + 4 + 4 equals a 1st down.
This is Taylor. He finds space for a few yards that time. Not able to get away from the big Vita Vea. It's a pickup of 3. They're going to need 3 more now on 3rd down.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. The type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
Here's a gift to Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. And that's going to bring up a tough decision here for them on 4th down.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1.
Come on, set. Get up.
Here's Taylor. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
Offensive coordinators tell us all the time, big runs only happen with coordinated efforts. Great block in the spring of guys hitting blocks downfield and a back who can show off his wheels.
Back. Go.
1st down, and they go right back to him. And it's a nice gain off a really good effort there just to stay upright. Man, he's been having a great 1st half, really playing a key role so far in this offense.
But you know and I know what's coming, Kate. We call them adjustments, right? You hit a homer, you take that fastball deep, you're not going to see it anymore. And you get run on like this, the defense is going to make some adjustments at halftime.
A run here with Taylor. And he has it down to the 8-yard line on the play. They find 7 yards, and now they've got 1st and goal.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run. But I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw.
We're at the 2-minute warning now from Raymond James. The Colts trying to add to their lead. Four downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Ready.
Here's a handoff for Taylor. Is in for the Indianapolis touchdown. The Colts grow their lead just before halftime. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts double their lead to 14. Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Bucky Irving now to return. And he's walloped just as he gets across the 25. What a hit. He's down shy of the 30. So the Buccaneer offense getting out there for their 2nd drive. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. They're out and set. 1st and 10.
Good. What's up?
Mayfield now from the gun. He lets a heater go deep, middle of the field. And that's going to be knocked away, incomplete.
How many times do defenders hear from their coaches, read and react, read and react? You got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and then more importantly, you got to react as he begins to throw and knock that ball away.
Done.
Throwing again is Baker. Got a man, Palmer has it.
Now that is a potential drive killer. Defenders all over that one and kept him from getting vertical after the catch.
Wonder what's in the playbook here as they come up on 3rd and 11.
Set. What's that?
On the give, this is Irving. And not much doing. He stopped quickly. They get 2 out of the run, but it's going to be 4th and 9.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Tampa Bay in punt formation now. Josh Downs deep for the Colts. Absolutely crushed his first punt, and here's another huge one. Fields this at the 19. And before that return amounts to much, they bring him down. The Colts have running back Jonathan Taylor headed out with the rest of the offense. And while one sideline has 0 points, this offense, well, they have had 0 issues so far getting into that end zone.
They are rolling right now, Kate, and unless there's a speed bump on the immediate horizon, things are at risk of getting out of hand.
Pittman sent in motion right.
Ready.
On 1st down, it's Richardson. He puts some juice on a deep, big gain downfield. And he flips the field for them before being taken down.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
So a massive gain, and all of a sudden we've got 1st and 10 inside the red zone. Working inside the red zone. Ooh, almost a throw that cost him. Defender had it in his hands, but he dropped it. It's incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
Well, that's not the uniform you want to see almost bringing it in. They are so fortunate to have another shot down here after the near pick.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down.
Get it.
Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
That was it. That was their chance to escape this series. They were looking for a way out without giving up any points, and that was their ticket off the field. Unfortunately, he just couldn't quite hang on.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Go.
They'll throw again. Richardson. Ooh, that looked like a pick for a second, but it hits the end zone grass. They are very fortunate to get this one back, but now they've got 4th down. Up and good from Fairbairn. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
You always feel like you leave a few points on the field when you kick it from here, but they don't wind up empty-handed on the drive. And the kicker, well, he gets to pad his stats a little bit with the high percentage make.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Irving. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Last drive of the half isn't going to be long. 14 seconds remaining. Yep, as expected, they go to the ground to start this one off. He's descended upon quickly and dropped after it looks like a yard gain. Award that tackle to the effort of Leatu Latu. The rookie out of UCLA in on the stop. Looking to throw. He puts some power on a deep one left. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. We've reached halftime. The Colts on the road and enjoying a nice little lead here. Now we'll keep it in-state, but send you a couple hours away to our buddy in Orlando. It's Jonathan Coachman. He's got our EA Sports halftime report.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit. But first, Time for our EA Sports halftime reports. We saw former rushing champ Jonathan Taylor be a big-time factor in that first half. He's already over 100 yards rushing for the game and has a touchdown run as well.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter.
Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. On the return, here's Irving. He's stopped on the return at the 27. Tampa Bay sending its offense out to begin the third quarter. And things starting to get a little out of hand for him, Brock. That last score made it 17-zip. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. This ball's caught by Palmer. And he's up to the 35-yard line as they reel him in. After a good pickup, they're set up with 2nd and short. They bring a tight end in motion right. Here's 2nd and 2. That's caught. It's Cade Otton. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on 2nd down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about 3rd down at all.
Here's the give to Irving. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Motioning him from the slot right. 2nd and 12 behind the sticks. Has him on the quick hitter. And they're going to haul him down just shy of the 40. It's a gain of 17 on that one. And that's good enough for a Tampa 1st down.
Complete to Cade Otton. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
Baker now from the gun. Rolling left, buying some time. Now he takes it. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a 1st down.
You know, these are the type of plays that really get an offense going. This is a chance for a QB to inspire the guys around him. Calling his own number, carrying his teammates to a 1st down on that big run. That inflates an offense, and it can suck the wind out of that defense.
Mayfield on 1st and 10. Complete to his man, Sterling Shepard. And he gets this forward to the 19.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on 1st down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for 2nd down. In the 3rd and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. And that's good for a Buccaneer 1st down.
And the Buccaneers 1st down. 1st and 10 at the 17-yard line.
Play fake, it's Mayfield. Able to hit Palmer, complete. And they get this down to the 7-yard line.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them. And the group up front to find somebody to get a completion.
And he's going to haul it in for the Tampa Bay touchdown. The Buccaneers cut into the lead coming out of halftime. McLaughlin tacks on the extra point. And the Buccaneers cut the lead down to 10. That lead trimmed just a bit, down to 10 points now as the kick is up and away. Downs on the return. Finds some space, he's past the 30. Coverage team tracks him down as the return reaches the 35. The Colts back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. That touchdown cut the lead by a chunk, Brock, but it's still a two-score game as they start this drive out. So it's good field position for the Colts as they get set, 1st and 10.
Ready!
Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And they sent it straight ahead, but the front stops him after a gain of 3.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
Here we go. Set.
On the draw, this is Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
Ready! Go!
Taylor gets it on 1st and 10. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43.
Ready, ready! Ready, ready!
Taylor again. And they love to see him fighting forward, but he only gets him 3.
Hey, not a bad play by any means, but there's room for more, and they know it.
2nd down now, 7 to go.
Let's go! Ready!
They go again with Taylor. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
Pretty obvious, this defense, man, they need more people around the line of scrimmage. But the minute you do that, Kate, you start opening up those throwing lanes. This is how balance takes apart a defense.
Come on, come on! Set! Ready!
Now a handoff to Taylor. And he'll go down here at the 16. They gain 14 on the play. And it's good for an Indianapolis 1st down.
You spring a big gain like that, Kate, on the interior, 9 times out of 10, that O-line decisively won their matchup with the big fellas up front. They got those pads down. They created leverage, and they opened up that running lane.
Set!
Now a run with Taylor. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
We know how hard explosive plays can be in the NFL, and so often they come via the air. What a great help for the offense to find an explosive play on the ground. Well done.
Now.
So they'll be set up with a 1st and goal when we come back. The Colts have it with a lead. Not a big one, though, trying to carry it through the 4th.
On the set!
1st and goal now as they try to pad this lead. They'll try and punch it in. Scores, touchdown Indy. The Colts can put this out of reach as they make it a 16-point lead. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts take a 3-possession lead.
Buccaneers 7. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. The return manages to get just beyond the 30. Time for us to get another look at this Tampa Bay offense. And all game, they have struggled to attack this deficit. Maybe they can do a little window dressing here. They've got first down from the 31. Baker now. Got his target, it's Otten. And he's tackled after gaining a handful.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on first down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. Now here's Mayfield. Completed over the middle. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
First down, here's Baker. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose, incomplete. Just couldn't hang on through the contact. And now it's 2nd down. Mayfield to throw again. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
It's pretty impressive, isn't it? They built this type of lead for themselves because that's actually, Kate, their first sack of the game. And that's why smart front offices and complete teams build a well-rounded roster. That way, if a core component like the pass rush today isn't there, well, the other areas of the team pick each other up.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Point it right, point it right, point it right.
And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Traps, screens, draws, you need the element of surprise. The problem is, this defense was all over that draw. You couldn't fool them, even if you wanted to.
Well, best of luck here. It's 4th and a considerable distance.
Good. What's on? What's on?
Mayfield to throw for it. And on 4th down, that one won't work. It's incomplete. So the defense rises to the challenge and gives the ball back to their offense.
You know, Kate, I don't think I've ever met a defender that cares. All they want to do is get off the field. Doesn't matter if it's a drop pass, deflection, breakup, even an interception. Challenged by the offense to get one more stop to get off the field, and that's exactly what they did.
They're set up at the 35 now.
Here we go, here we go.
Pittman sent in motion right.
Let go.
Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Pittman's got it. Ooh, play didn't develop like he needed. He goes out behind the line.
Well, if they were concerned about losing yards, running it on 1st down, it just happened anyway. Not many passes end in a loss. Hopefully they got a little more aggressive strategy coming here on 2nd down.
Throwing all the way to the end zone here. And they don't connect looking deep there, but this play's not quite over yet. There's a flag on the field.
Downfield. Offense.
He was too far downfield at the time of the pass. Gotta stay within a yard of the line. That'll back him up.
Still 2nd down.
Get it.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Go.
Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And he's there to send that one away. Incomplete.
I don't fault the look downfield at all. I mean, that was just a situation there where it's a better defensive play than the offense executing.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have third down here. Richardson now. Putting the body on the line for his team. Well, most drives should end right there, but they beat the defense and convert on 3rd and 17.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your third downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
On the jump.
All right, set now, 1st and 10.
Ready. Ready, ready.
Straight ahead with Taylor. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
You know, Kate, if you notice those guys that love to feed themselves on the field, right? They love to just get more and more. They're hungry for even more. I'll tell you what, that tackle, it prevented something that's going to be a lot bigger, but that back remains hungry.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal.
Here we go. Start. Ready.
Shotgun, handoff to Taylor. And he's able to power this forward, but they stop him after 2 yards.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on 1st and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on 2nd down.
Ready.
Another shot for Taylor. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Defense making a couple of good stops here, and this brings up 3rd and goal.
Well, you haven't given up the goal line yet, but this offense is moving closer and closer. Now might be the time defensively to get a little more aggressive, try to stick them with the loss, and make a difficult 4th down decision.
Ready, ready.
3rd and goal for Richardson. Almost had 6, but can't find him in the end zone. Incomplete. Tough to blame him for that drop, Brock, even if it would have been a touchdown. That was a great effort defensively, timing that hit, keeping them from hitting the end zone.
Reaction and burst. You get in the red zone defensively, you'll hear it all the time. You cannot wait. You've got to react, and then you got to burst. And that defender does a tremendous job.
And that's complete in the end zone. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts keep adding to that 4th quarter lead. Michael Pittman Jr. with the touchdown. Man, Brock, that defense held up 3 straight plays. They just couldn't come up with the one final stop they needed to get off the field.
And how about this offense? Courage of the offense to run it back for one more snap and make the adjustments on 4th and goal to finally punch it in. Quite the mini little chess match we just saw play out over those last 4 plays.
Gay with the point after. And the Colts make it a 24-point ball game.
31, Buccaneers 7. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Tucker now on the return. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Buccaneer offense back out for another series. Their failure on 4th down was answered by a touchdown, so they're really going to need to rebuild some momentum as they take the field once again. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Mayfield now from the gun. And this throw's knocked away, incomplete. Trying to find Mike Evans with that throw. So it'll be 2nd down. All right, one more snap before the 2-minute warning. Throwing again on 2nd and 10, Mayfield. That's a catch, looks like he's in bounds. Good effort, but still short of the 1st.
That one came with a higher degree of difficulty. He had to balance focusing on the catch while staying in bounds.
3rd and short, Mayfield. That's incomplete, trying to set up the screen there. third down pass didn't work, but the offense staying out there on fourth.
Set. Set.
Here we go, it's Mayfield. He finds him beyond the marker. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot. Timeout taken by the Buccaneers, they're first. And they still have 2 available for them as we approach the end of this game. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10.
Set. What's that? What's that?
Baker throwing again. Splits a couple of defenders and completes it. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field.
You know, I'm really not sure if that was an intentionally brave play to challenge double coverage or just simply not seeing the 2 defenders. Either way, what a tremendous throw and catch that earns some momentum.
And they get this down roughly to the 34-yard line. He picks up 15 on the play. And that's good enough for a Tampa first down.
Six. What's that?
Here's Baker. Catch made by Bucky Irving. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
This one finds Irving. And here's another stop made right at the line. Nice back-to-back reps from this defense. Drive in dire straits, it's 3rd and 9. Shotgun snap for Mayfield. Got a man, Palmer has it. And they have this well into the red zone now at the 15. Tampa spends its 2nd timeout now. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10.
Set. What's that?
From the red zone now. This one's caught. And they're going to get this down to the 4 before being stopped. A nice pickup of 11 there, Brock, and they'll have 1st and goal to figure out.
I love throwing on 1st down, and when you see a 1st down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for.
And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. That timeout taken by the Buccaneers, and that's their final one. And now they're powerless to stop that clock with a timeout at least. Going the wrong way. It's 2nd and goal now, back at the 12.
Set. What's that?
Trying again, following the sack. And the defender comes away with it. Picked off by Jalen Jones. And the Colts can only get the return up towards the 10 before they're taken down.
Well, that's it right there. That's the resilience and the mental toughness that every coach wants to see from his defense. Not a great spot for him. Backed up close enough that they're going to get shots taken in the end zone. But instead of collapsing under pressure, they rose up and they created the takeaway.
The Colts and this running back headed back out for a new series. And they can trot out every offense's favorite formation now, Brock, and kneel out this win. Defense, no timeouts left to stop them.
Come on, come on.
Offense ready to begin this drive, 1st and 10. Pittman sent in motion right. Wow, they're gonna pass it here. He fires one deep down the middle. That one is incomplete. The clock now down to 16 seconds remaining.
Hey, Kate, you feeling lucky? Well, the quarterback is, because he just dodged a major turnover. That was an easy pick that was simply dropped.
Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. Finds a seam down the middle. Space on the right. He's got room. All the way. Touchdown, Indy. The Colts continue piling it on here in the 4th. So an exclamation point there. That caps off what, and I think you'd agree, Brock, has been a dominating performance.
Yeah, I would. Really in all phases, too. You know, I thought coming in that this would be a much closer game than how it's turned out to be. And you got to give credit where it's due. This offense has been outstanding throughout.
Extra point converted by Gay. And the Colts continue piling on to this lead.
Buccaneers 7. Rigoberto Sanchez to kick off for Indianapolis.
Sanchez has it all set for the kickoff. Tucker now on the return.
Recovered by the receiving team.
This undoubtedly the final snap of what's already a decided contest. One final shot here. And that last pass falls incomplete as this game comes to a close. So it's the Colts who come away with a win on the road. And we didn't need to reach the closing stages of the game for this one to be over. They had things decided and fans heading for those exits well before the clock reached zeros here in the fourth. So for Brock Eward, our incredible crew, everybody here at EA Sports, I'm Kate Scott signing off. We'll see you next time. The Colts are winners, as with that, we sign off from Tampa.